Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at how to use machine learning for normalizing software records. In the previous video in this series we looked at how we can use the ServiceNow content service as a central repository for normalizing software records against. For example, if we add a new installation record with the publisher as Red Hat and the display name of the publisher as Red Hat Linux and a version of 8.0, we'll end up with a normalized discovery model. And we learned in the previous videos that these normalized values in the discovery models allow us to match the installation records with our software product models and through them to our software licenses. And that thereby allows us to reconcile our software installations with our software licenses. Now, although the content service contains a lot of software records, millions in fact, it doesn't contain everything, and sometimes you'll find that your discovery models are not fully normalized. By opting into the content service, these unnormalized records will be sent to the team that manages the content service, reviewed, and if appropriate, added to the content service. And that's why you see thousands of records added every week to the content service. Now, as the content service is curated, this means a certain waiting time before you're able to get your results back for the records which are not immediately normalized. The content service processes tens of thousands of records every week, products, packages, publishers, and so forth. So determining which records to normalize and how to normalize them is a time-demanding task. And this is where machine learning comes in. The essential benefit of using machine learning here is that you can normalize records immediately without having to wait the 2 to 3 weeks for the content service to be updated. Now, for your information, the vast majority of installation records are normalized using the content service. So machine learning here is really only handling the minority of records that have not been normalized. Before we start with the demo, let's briefly check we understand what we mean by machine learning. Machine learning is the branch of artificial intelligence that teaches computers how to make predictions based on data. That is, large volumes of data are processed and relationships established so that we can make successful predictions of future values. And typically with machine learning, you're going to see about an 85% success rate, and the same is true here as well. So the first thing that we have to do is enable a plugin. It's the com.sn_sam_ml_normalization plugin. You can do that by logging into the ServiceNow support page. I don't think you'll find it in the list of plugins in your instance. You'll have to request it explicitly via a change request in support. Once you do that, everything is actually set up for you. You don't need to do anything else. There is a system property here, a corresponding system property that is enabled by default, which means that machine learning for software asset management normalization is now active. And actually, that's it. We could actually cut short the video right here. Okay, it could be reduced to a 10-second YouTube short. That's it. There's nothing else really to do. It's working right now. There's no configuration necessary. But let's just go ahead anyway and do a little demo just to show you a little bit more about how this works in some detail. So the system will first of all attempt to normalize these discovery models using the content service. There's a scheduled job that does this. If it's not able to do that, then that scheduled script, and we'll take a look at this in a moment, will prompt the corresponding scheduled job for machine learning normalization. So in actual fact, the system will just do this automatically. And machine learning will attempt to normalize this discovery model. And when it's not able to do that, then that discovery model will be sent to ServiceNow, to the content service team, and it may be added to the content service so that you can get that back in the next download of your content service data. So let's go ahead and test this. So in the introduction, we had a normalized record for Red Hat Linux version 8.0. Let's go back to the little script that I had here and just change that version number from 8.0 to 8.1. Run that. Now we can see here that we've created an installation record, but we've also created a discovery model. We didn't actually have one already, so we've created one. Okay. So if we have a look at that installation record here, okay, we can see it up the top there. Red Hat Linux version 8.1. And you can see there's a reference to the discovery model. So let's open up that installation record and preview the discovery model record. And we can see here that we only have a partially normalized record. Okay, let's actually go ahead and open up that entire record to see everything. So we can see we've normalized the publisher, which was actually the same as what we discovered. And we've normalized the product, which is slightly different to our discovered product, as you can see here. The normalized value is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. But we weren't able to normalize the version. So therefore, we only have a partially normalized record. Okay. So what would normally happen is that the next time that the content service tries to normalize these, or the server tries to normalize these discovery models, these that are partially normalized, not able to do so, we'll try to do it with machine learning. So for these two operations, there is two corresponding scheduled jobs. Okay, the first one is normalized discovery models using the content service. And the second one, which is actually triggered by the first, normalized discovery models using machine learning. Okay, so what we can do is we can just shortcut the process here and open up that second one for machine learning normalization. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and execute this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, I'm going to come back before we look at the result of that. There is a separate table here where you can actually view the results of all the different software asset management background jobs that are running, including those normalization jobs. And if we just refresh this list here, we can see up the top here, there is the one for the job that we just executed, and it's already been completed. If we open up that record, there's actually not that much to see. It just tells you whether it was successful or not. Sometimes it does fail, actually. Sometimes there can actually be a mismatch between the version of machine learning normalization and the content service version, and they have to be aligned. So sometimes if you look at the log that in that list that we just came from, you may see on occasion there is a failed message there. Usually that's not a problem because that will kind of auto-correct itself next time it runs, because then the two versions of the content service as well as machine learning version, because they both have different independent versions, will align with each other, and you'll be fine. So now that we've done that, let's go to the discovery model that was originally partially normalized. Now it's fully normalized. And now we have a version number in there. Okay, so that's working just fine. Now, if we come to a different view that I've created here called Normalization Demo, which displays three fields from machine learning. The ML normalization status, you can see the ML model version, and you can also see the prediction value. So you actually get an object back of everything that machine learning found. So if you go to this icon, I've actually enabled the field attributes so we can actually see the entire JSON object here. And we can see here the normalized publisher and so forth, everything that we're actually getting from machine learning. One more thing we can quickly look at is this system property here. Now, in most cases, you'll never have to touch this system property, but it's helpful for troubleshooting purposes. So sometimes, as I said, you can get a failed result from that machine learning job because of that mismatch between versions. So here you're able to specify the specific machine learning version that you want to use. Now, I've just taken a value that I know is valid. And I'm not sure if it's actually possible to actually get the machine learning model from, unless you've kind of previously successfully run machine learning in the past, and you get that field value populated in the discovery model that tells you what model was used, and you could pop that in there. But otherwise, I don't think there's a way to actually get the model number. But in any case, you should just leave this blank. Okay, there's no reason to touch it, as I said, except for troubleshooting purposes. Okay. And just while we're on the topic of troubleshooting, if you have any issues at all with normalization, whether it's using the content service or machine learning or manual normalization, whatever, and you've got an issue, contact ServiceNow support. That's what they're there for, okay? They'll be able to look at your issue and if necessary, contact the development team to figure out a solution for your issue, okay? So that's it, everyone. That's how we can easily activate and use machine learning for normalizing software asset management data. It wasn't very difficult. In actual fact, you only have to activate a plugin. Everything else is taken care of. And then we can take another big and easy step towards having normalized software data in our system. So I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.